Hey everyone, it's Arlen Bento Jr. Welcome to the Shoot Par Now Golf Show with my main man, James Stemmer.
Hey.
Knuckles. Welcome to another week of our excellent golf show that helps cover the PGA Tour, gives you information about Shoot Par Now to help you get better. We do a lesson at the end of the video. Make sure you stay for that. It's going to be a good lesson tonight. We talk golf. We've been doing it for a long time. Have some fun. Would love to have you leave a few comments.
Yeah. I didn't have any gray in this when we started.
No, we didn't have a lot. I probably had hair.
I had any gray.
I might have had hair. But we're here to help you enjoy golf. Okay, tonight's sponsor, because I forgot last week, is Divot Board.
Ta-da.
Ta-da! If you don't have a Divot Board, you should get one. There is a link in the description. Get the best price. This is a great tool for working on your game. You can hit balls indoors. You can just practice, but it'll show you where you make your divot. You see that? Where you want to make your divot is 3 to 5 inches in front of the ball. If you're not hitting the ball and taking a divot, you're doing it wrong. You're not going to compress the ball. If you come over the top, your divots are going to go that way to the left. That's a slice. That's not good. If you go too much this way, you can hit a big hook. That's an inside guy. You can also hit a big push. What you want is ball, and you want to have a nice forward divot. Looks just like that. This thing helps you. So, great product, made very well. Link in description.
Perfect.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Divot Board. So, Ryder Cup is coming up this weekend. So, in case you guys watched last week's show, because there's millions of you that are watching it, not really. We thought
new math.
Yeah. I didn't know there was another bye week, another off week.
Yeah.
So I really thought the Ryder Cup was coming up. So we gave you guys our Ryder Cup show last week. And this week, you're going to get a second version because...
You know why? Because the other one was just so popular.
It was. It's so interesting.
We have to give the fans what they want, which is more.
So a couple of things, right? This week, there wasn't a PGA Tour event.
No.
There was nothing running. There was a lot of other events. We're going to talk a little bit.
They were overseas.
Yeah, they were. They're playing the DP World.
The French Open was this
right.
last week.
Yeah, and some guys were playing in that.
They didn't play that on like a clay golf course.
No, like the tennis.
Like tennis.
Yeah. So this was considered like an off week, which is interesting, right? Because it gave a lot of players, like a chance to get over, to get up to New York, play some rounds, maybe I don't know how much practice they get on there, but it's exciting because now all of them are starting to, obviously get ready to go here. They had a really nice event out in Napa. We covered that last week where Scottie Scheffler won, and a lot of guys, the pairings were kind of like worked on in the practice rounds. Yep. And I think that's going to be a big benefit. The Europeans are already here. Captain Luke Donald.
Heck, a lot of them live over here.
Well, that's true. They play on our tour, right? But, they're just getting ready. They're up there, too, trying to develop their chemistry, right? So we were looking over some of the names, right? The players like Scheffler, Xander, Schauffele, Morikawa. These are the ones to watch. And we're trying to look at matchups this week on some of the potential matchups and who maybe, like we're hearing, like, through the different sources, like who's going to play with who. The one I thought was pretty interesting is going to be whoever plays with Bryson. Right? Well, one, I don't think there's tension amongst the tour guys versus a guy who left the tour. I don't know how that dynamic's going to play out. I assume they're fine. Yeah. But don't you think it's hard to play with Bryson because of the length? Yeah. Like just the way he approaches the golf course, like it's a different kind of player,
Especially an alternate shot.
Yeah, it's just so weird to you
imagine he's going, I'm usually way up there. I'm playing off your tee shot.
I think he could handle that.
I think he's fine.
Yeah, but I think who you pair becomes really important. And again, the European has the same thing, right? So we're going to be led by Scheffler, right? And they're going to be led. What do you think? It's got to be McIlroy and Rahm.
It's got to be McIlroy and Rahm.
Yeah.
I would say McIlroy.
I mean, after you get past McIlroy, like the key matchups. Like, what do you see the key matchups are going to be?
Tommy Fleetwood in that bunch. I would. See, one thing I like about the President's Cup versus the Ryder Cup.
Yeah.
In the Ryder Cup, it's a sealed envelope. You put it in. You don't know.
No, yeah.
Who's playing when and against whom, what match. In the President's Cup,
you're
first and you throw a team out there, and I got to match your team.
Yep.
And then the next match, I throw a team out there, and you get to match my team.
Yeah. So the strategy's like
you can kind of strategize a little more than
it's all blind.
Then okay, who do I think he's going to put out there in the first group, first pairing? I'm going to try.
Oh, that's right. So they don't know.
So they don't know, and especially in singles, because I would love to see Scheffler and McIlroy in a singles match.
I thought singles they do know.
No.
So they go 1 through whatever 12.
Yeah.
And they go 1 to 12 and let them fly.
Yep.
And they don't have any. They don't talk. You don't think?
They don't know. Yeah, no. Keegan Bradley's not going to know who Luke Donald is putting up first, second, third, fourth. Yeah.
I don't see that happen. Can you imagine? Like how? What if they made the matches? What if they? Because you would think that Scheffler would play McIlroy.
Yeah.
What if they didn't and they put somebody else from the bottom?
Yeah.
And just feel like, well, because let's talk about this match thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, is Rory more likely to win against somebody not Scheffler?
Say Cantlay or
I mean, they're all no. I mean,
or yeah.
they're so close you can't tell. But I mean, would you like when you put Rory and Scheffler together, right?
Yeah,
that's a toss up. But if you put somebody from their team, maybe I don't know how you say the weakest player, but not the marquee.
Yeah,
it would really screw up the event.
If Scheffler's going to win, let me put somebody up there that doesn't really have a chance, or that I think may not be playing as well. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. It's hard to figure. I mean, I guess you're going to tell by how they play in the formats, right? Like that's the whole point. Like if somebody's hot, they'll move up, right? Yeah. Yeah. So we are playing Bethpage. We talked about that last week. It's on the screen behind us. I mean, it's an incredible golf course, right? One of the hardest golf courses in the world. They have that big sign.
They got a big sign
that says this is an extremely difficult golf course. You have to be highly skilled.
If you're not a skilled golfer, or
don't play it.
Golfer, you might want to rethink your round.
So there's a lot, obviously going to be a lot of key holes. The rough's going to be big and all that stuff, but it's going to be a good test. Now, I wanted to talk a little bit because I don't know if people understand the formats because they're kind of unique.
No, people don't. Yeah,
in general,
I mean, they hear two ball and they don't really know what you're talking about, or they hear twosomes and they don't. Okay, what is the difference between them? Yeah.
So foursomes, right? So this is teammates play one ball.
Yes.
Right. So they call it a foursome, and it's confusing, right? But it's really two teammates, one from each side, playing one ball.
Yeah.
They're going to alternate shots.
Yes.
So you and I are partners. I tee off. You got to hit my shot.
Yes.
All the way through the hole.
All the way through the hole. And then the next hole, and what happens is, we decide at the start of the event, at the start of the match, you're going to hit tee balls on the even numbered holes or the odd numbered holes. So
you have to declare that?
You declare that because whoever hits the first tee shot on one
can't hit the tee shot.
Won't hit the first tee shot on two.
No matter who finishes the putt.
Correct. It alternates between the two for tee shots as well.
So that's always an interesting format, right? Because the timing of that's weird, right?
Yeah. But because like if you had Bryson, and every par 5 happened to be an even numbered hole, you'd probably want him hitting on the even holes because you want to take advantage of his length.
Unless it's a par 3. Oh, but unless it's a par 3.
Yeah.
So you don't want him, if it's a short hole, you want to tee off so that he gets to tee off on the long one.
Yeah. Whatever the longest holes are or the longest par 5s.
You want to make sure he gets to tee off on those.
If more of them are even numbered holes than odd numbered holes, here's where I want him to tee off.
I got you, because it's got to be even, odd, and you got to declare. So that's a whole nother strategy. Yeah. Now, again, these are tour players. They're not hitting the ball off the planet too much, right? Like me and you playing, maybe a little rougher, a little rougher day.
And some of the interesting things they do leading into this week, or even in practice this week, is they'll practice hitting different golf balls.
Because they have to play another player's ball.
Because and they say that usually the way they do it is the approach shot. Whoever they believe is going to be hitting the approach shot is whose ball they will use. Like if I'm teeing off and you play a Titleist and I play a Srixon, I'm going to hit a Titleist because I want you to have the control of the second shot into the green on this par 4.
Where do you normally play Srixon?
Where I normally might play a different ball. I'm going to play yours off the tee because your shot's more important than mine. Your shot's going to determine where we are on the green. And
that's an interesting thing for people watching, because everybody would think the tee shot's the most important, but that's the club part that they hit the most consistent with. The different ball might have some spin or hardness thing, but the green shot, like the ball stopping,
Yeah.
Putting too, right?
Correct.
So putting. So if you hit that approach shot, you would putt out with that ball.
Yeah.
Oh well, no.
Yeah, you use the same ball for the entire hole.
Right. You don't switch out.
Now the next hole you could switch on the tee.
Yeah.
Play, and I can play.
There's a strategy there, right? See how the Ryder Cup is special. There's so much going on.
There's a lot to think about, which is why Keegan Bradley decided I'm not going to play two.
And he
got to run this thing.
And that's another thing. Last week we were talking about, we didn't know if he was going to say he's going to play or not, but I mean, he definitely should have played. I mean, he had a great year, but like you said, it's too hard to the captain and stuff.
There's a lot going on.
And then the other part is they call 4-ball, right? Mm-hmm. Which is better ball, which we would consider like scramble, right?
Well, I mean, a scramble.
Like two-man, right?
I mean, you're playing two balls. You pick the better score.
No, that's not a scramble. You're right. What am I talking about? 4-ball is you playing your ball out.
Yeah.
And you just take the better score of the two balls.
The two balls.
Yeah, it's not like the 2v2 stuff we play all the time.
If you hit it in the water,
right?
I might want to play a little safer than
correct
than I normally would, because
your score might be
out of the hole. So we're kind of counting on me.
Yeah. So that's what a 4-ball is. Okay, so I should I know that. I don't know why I went scramble in my head, because it said better.
Two people better ball. Oh, we picked the better of the two shots.
I think a lot of people would make that assumption when you hear the word better ball.
Yeah.
So a 4-ball is when, but see, it's nuts. Like, why do you call it 4-ball? Because all 4 balls are in play.
All 4 balls are in play. Yeah.
And you're taking the best out of each team.
Yeah.
And it's all match play.
Correct.
So match play, and I don't know if people know what that means, is every hole is a win or a lose or a draw.
Yep.
So how match play works is there reaches a point at the end where we're up by 1 or 2 holes, and the match ends, and that's how it ends. And in a match play, you might not finish all the holes.
No, yeah.
Because if you get dominated and you're
you get
5 up with 4 to play,
down, you might not get to play. You might not see the last few holes.
That's your match. And dormy means if you can't win, right?
Yeah.
Dormy
it means you're as far behind as there are holes left. So the only way for you, the best you can hope for is a tie.
Right.
And if you're
dormy,
if you're down 3 with 3 holes to play, you got to win the last 3 holes
to tie. You lose any hole, you lose any hole, you're out.
Yeah.
And
or you have a hole, you're out because you're still down.
Yeah. So dormy means like you're not looking good. And then of course we get to the 12-man one-on-one single matches, which is kind of what everybody has grown to enjoy about the Ryder Cup, because so there's going to be points after the first day, right? There's going to be points on who's ahead, because each match is worth points, right?
It's worth a point. Yep.
Yeah. And so there's going to be, America's got so many and Europe's got so many. And then the second day, after we play the 4 balls, right?
Yep.
It'll have another point system. So going into the last round or the singles, there could be a big discrepancy.
Yeah.
And in the past, I think.
Yeah. And all of a sudden there's 12 points up for grabs.
Yeah. So it can be a dominant swing. And in the past, Americans have done much better, right? In singles.
Yes.
Than the team.
Historically, we've been much better in singles.
I got a feeling that we're going to do really well. I don't think we're going to get dominated in the team stuff. That's what I said last week.
I think the course sets up better for our style of play than it does the Europeans as well.
Yeah, more carries and more rough and more length, and not as much like links and bumping it in there and stuff like that. But the Europeans tend to be more creative because they grow up on that kind of stuff, and they also tend to be more have more camaraderie, because on the European tour, I mean, especially in the years past, they've played together and caravaned and stayed. They share more on that tour. I don't think it's like that anymore. I think it's changed. I think they're much more like the American tour, and because there's so much more money over there now too.
Yeah,
everything's gone up. Yeah. So when you look at some of these things, right? Like we're talking about the teams themselves, right? But let's talk about these speculative pairings. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So here's some of the pairings. Scheffler and Schauffele as a pairing.
So you got the last 2 gold medal winners from the last 2 Olympics.
That's one.
That's pretty big. Plus the majors that the 2 of them have won combined in the last couple years. Yeah.
Justin Thomas and Cantlay.
Patrick Cantlay.
Yeah, and that was kind of described more like experience. They have a lot of experience, more than Justin Thomas does. I don't know if Cantlay does a lot.
Cantlay's going to wear a hat this year.
Why is that?
That was the big thing 2 years ago. He didn't want to wear a hat. He was upset about a whole bunch of stuff. And the Europeans, just
Tore him
on
up.
every hole they were waving their hats at him.
That's the kind of stuff the U.S. guys do.
pretty
Like,
funny.
ah, man. But I guess if you never wear a hat, right, then maybe it's uncomfortable.
I think it had more to do with he wanted more money to play the game.
Was he one of those guys that wanted the money?
He was one of those guys.
I'm gonna check him off my list. I might not like him now. DeChambeau and Burns.
Sam Burns.
More aggressive styles, it says.
Yeah.
Yeah. Power
Burns
driven.
might be one of those sleeper guys that nobody was really expecting, but he's played really.
I think
he's had some really good rounds of golf.
He has. I think JJ Spawn is a more sleeper guy. They're not even mentioning him in some of these marquee things, but I think he's going to sleep. But I guess the DeChambeau Burns thing is they're kind of aggressive style players. That's what they're saying. And then we got Morikawa and Young.
Okay.
Strong iron players.
Yeah.
Length combo because Young's long. And
Does
Morikawa
have his caddy situation figured out yet? That was his big thing all summer long.
I don't know.
He went through 3 caddies over the course of the summer.
That's hard.
So,
well, if you don't have it now, what are you going to do, right? And then Europe. Let's talk about Europe. So I thought McIlroy and Fleetwood. That's a pretty strong pairing.
Tommy's been as good a player on the planet as there has been for the last month.
But it's almost like
or more.
you would go like Fleetwood and somebody else. But again, more style, veterans, proven chemistry. I guess they were partners before, right?
Yeah.
Then you got Rahm, and is that Hatton?
Yeah. Tyrrell Hatton.
He's another kind of long power hitter too, isn't he? Yeah. Then Aberg and Horgard. Those are 2 young guys.
Yeah.
Really young.
Very young, yeah.
Is that rookie? I think those are rookie. I mean, one rookie, right? Aberg might have been there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Justin Rose and Shane Lowry. So that's kind of like, that's almost like a bigger marquee. I mean, that's what I'd like to see those guys playing against. Oh, man, who would that be a good one with? I mean, that could be anybody. But that's a good pairing
those are
right
the
there.
2 older guys, yeah.
Yeah, they're calm. They're good at alternate shots. They play together well.
Yeah.
And then as far as singles go, so this is the projected singles, okay? So, again, this is assuming this is how, we'll see how it ranks, right?
Yeah.
So Scheffler plays McIlroy.
That would be good.
Schauffele plays Hovland.
Victor Hovland. Okay.
Morikawa plays Fleetwood.
That would be interesting.
So you got Hovland as 2 instead of Fleetwood.
Huh?
I don't know. How do you put Fleetwood at 3?
Well, you try to figure out. I mean, you need points early, but you also need some guys down the stretch that can close their match out if you need them to win.
So Thomas and Rahm. Man, I'd like to see freaking DeChambeau and Rahm.
Yeah, I would too.
Wouldn't that be a better grouping? I'd love to see that.
Too.
Yeah. So Thomas and Rahm, Cantlay and Fitzpatrick. That's a weird one too. Fitzpatrick's tough.
Yeah.
DeChambeau and Hatton. I don't know.
Well, Hatton, I mean, one thing, they're both very outspoken. They're both
fireworks.
They wear their emotions on their sleeves. So that would be an interesting matchup between the 2 of them because they would kind of feed off one another, I think.
Yeah, I guess so. I think that DeChambeau should be, well, I guess down the stretch would be kind of fun too. Okay, then we got Henley and Rose.
Okay.
Burns and Lowry.
Okay.
Cam Young. And Straka, which we haven't talked all about, but he's a good player, man.
Yeah.
Then Spawn and McIntyre. Ooh, lefty. That young lefty.
Oh, yeah.
Against Spawn. Interesting.
2 rookies.
Yeah, they got a lot of rookies.
Both first-time Ryder Cuppers.
Yeah. Then you got English and Aberg and Griffin and, how do you say that guy's name? Hogard? I forgot how to say it. Hodgegard, yeah.
Hogard?
So imagine the Ryder Cup coming down to Spawn, English, and Ben Griffin, because it could happen.
Ben Griffin in the final spot.
Pretty strong.
That's interesting.
Maybe that's why this is done this way.
He's been solid pretty much all season. I mean, I would put somebody that's been consistently solid in those last 2 matches, probably.
Because you need that. Because you want the marquees here.
You want to jump out and get ahead.
Yep.
But you're going to need somebody that should something happen and these guys lose,
have a close.
You want somebody that you can count on to close it out at the very end.
So I wouldn't mind having DeChambeau back here someplace. I'd put him down.
Yeah, I'd like him maybe the 9th or 10th.
Yeah, they could close it out there too if they had they were going. They could close out. It's going to be fun. So there's a lot going on with the Ryder Cup. So make sure you pay attention this weekend when you watch, especially the matchups, because I think that's the fun part, like watching who does what. So it'll be fun, and I'm glad I don't have to we don't get it because if it's in Europe, right, it would be on super early for us, right?
Yeah.
So now we get to watch it. We're going to watch it like a normal
real time.
Yeah. So it should be fun.
Yeah. And if you want to read an article that I wrote a couple weeks ago, I interviewed the Ryder Cup himself.
I didn't hear that. You didn't tell me that.
Yeah, I interviewed the Ryder Cup himself, bumped into him at the airport. If you look up my column in the Hometown News.
Hometown News, go to golf online.
On Google it, and you'll find it's a pretty good read, pretty good interview.
Wait a second. So you didn't tell me about this last week.
Yeah.
You just popped in your head.
I remember that I'd put that out there, yeah.
So you came across the Ryder Cup at the airport,
Ryder Cup, yeah.
And you did an interview.
He was at the Atlanta airport. He was leaving. He'd been up there for the Tour Championship and was on his way up to.
Was he in a good spirit?
To Bethpage. He was in really good spirits. He was having a good time.
He liked being in the U.S. He wants to stay here.
Apparently, one of all the major trophies were having a party.
Yeah,
and he was going to that. He said that the clubhouse for the Masters puts away a lot of liquor. So it was very interesting.
Oh, that's too
very
funny.
Informative.
Well, I think it's going to be a great event. It's nice. And again, every 4 years, right? Everybody's not like we don't get to
every 2 years.
I'm sorry, yeah, every 2 years, right? And it goes back and forth. So, next year it'll be in somewhere in Europe.
It's going to be in Europe.
So we only get it. We get it here every 4 years, right? In the U.S. So watch it. I think it's going to be great. I'm excited to see what happens. What else we got to add? You got a couple little tidbits from the ladies tour thing.
Well, the ladies tour was playing in Arkansas this week.
Great story, by the way.
And they got the first round in, but then they got a lot of rain. And they were unable to play the second round, so they thought, okay, we'll make it a 54-hole tournament. Saturday got washed out, and then it looked like Sunday was going to be washed out again. They had over 3 inches of rain.
Yeah, that was really sad, I guess.
And the course was just unplayable, flooded in a lot of places. Being in Arkansas, Walmart was the major sponsor, and Walmart told them to take $2 million of the $3 million purse and distribute it evenly amongst all the ladies that had shown up for the tournament, so they'd all get some sort of compensation for being there and their time, because
they couldn't finish around.
Because
and it really wasn't
based on
fair.
the LPGA rules, they couldn't distribute it after just one round of golf. It wasn't an official tournament, but Walmart said, "Go ahead and use the prize money." And
that was really nice.
So that was very, very cool.
Yeah, that was cool. That shows you. It was nice for the girls and good for them because they're out there working hard and everything.
And the first event of the year at Kapalua is going to be moved.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Kapalua is in drought conditions. I saw some pictures of the course the other day, and it's brown.
Really?
I think they ought to make them play it.
Be hard and fast.
Let them know what we play. Sometimes when we're out there on some of our courses that.
Who knows? They could get some rain before now and then.
The tour has already said they're gonna move it. They just haven't decided where yet.
Well, that's been there for a long time.
Where in Hawaii would you move that event to?
That could handle that?
Yeah.
You probably have to go. I would probably go to the Big Island and go to one of those Waikoloa or something. But I don't know if they can make it hard enough. Because they're not. Or Mauna Kea. Oh man, you know what they. One of them, again, I'm from Hawaii, right? And that's Big Island I like, but I love, obviously. But Mauna Kea Beach, which is probably too short for those guys, but man, that's one of the greatest courses you'll ever play. And that would be cool. I don't think they've ever had anything. They could go to Kauai and do Poipu, right? Where they had the Grand Slam. They could go to.
I played that course.
They could go to Oahu and do Ko'olina. But again, they'd have to toughen it a lot. Yeah. Because they would go bananas on those things. I don't know. That's a good one. Too bad Ko'olau is not open because that thing hardest golf course in the world. It's not. I don't think it's even open anymore. I don't know what they did with it, but it was that would have brought them to their knees. That thing was the hardest slope call.
Had the highest slope rating
in the world.
Course. Yeah, I about ran out of balls in my round.
Oh, everybody runs. You can't even play 9 holes. You lose so many balls. It's so hard. But that would be kind of interesting if they did that. But that's kind of sad though.
Yeah.
Hopefully we get some rain. I didn't know Maui was that dry, but I guess so. Shoot Parnell wise, make sure to check out the website, Shoot Parnell. We have indoor lessons here in Stewart. I've got Outdoor Academy at the Saints Golf Course in Port St. Lucie, where we do a bunch of online lessons too. All you gotta do is download the Coach Now app and do that. And we have a membership you can join for the year for $60 and gives you access to the online learning app, gives you all the information tools, learn the Shoot Parnell system. So if you're out there, you want to get better, check out Shoot Parnell. What else I got? That's about it, I think. Anything else you want to add?
No.
Yeah.
We got our lesson after
We
this.
are. Don't forget, lessons coming. Yeah, we're going to do a lesson today. We're going to
learn something.
We are. We're going to be working on.
Nervous.
We're going to working on how to take pressure off your shot, like tee shot and some of the plays that you get on the golf course. Because Ryder Cup has a lot of pressure, so I'm going to help Jimmy learn how to take pressure off when he's over his shot, so he can make a good shot.
Does that involve a flask?
No, but that should help. We had a recommendation from one of our students today that we need to maybe Jimmy and I should do 12 beers while we shoot our show and start smoking cigars, and everybody would think it's more funny. Like as we finish a comment, should drink a beer. I'm like, I don't know. I still got to drive home.
Exactly. Don't need any of that trouble.
But anyway, thanks for watching this week. We hope to see you guys next week, and take care and play good golf. Hey everyone, welcome to our lesson segment on the Shoot Parnell Golf Show. Thanks for watching. I'm here with James. We're going to be helping you with your game. Now, what I wanted to talk about this week in honor of the Ryder Cup coming up is how to take some pressure off of hitting a good shot on the golf course, okay? So whether it's a tee shot or an iron shot on a par 3, we're talking about that first shot. Now, this will also apply, of course, in the fairway or something, right? But so when you watch good players play, one of the things they're really, really good at is making sure that they go through the same process every single time when they're on the golf course. There is no room for things that are out of the ordinary, right? So I don't care if it's the golf swing or a free throw in basketball or a field goal kicker in football or bowler or tennis serve. Repetitive movements, right, have to have really good pre-shot routines. Yeah. So that by the time you get over the ball, you don't have a lot of crazy thoughts in your head.
Yeah.
You maybe have a feel or one thought, like a trigger, but you got to find that ability to kind of take away a lot of your thoughts over the ball, because too many thoughts always kill momentum. And good golf, especially in competitive environments, your rhythm and timing, how you do it, has to be really, really good. Okay, so a couple things. One, alignment's always critical, right, in good golf. And one of the things that I think a lot of people screw up is when they play and their ball is here, they try to line up to their target when they're over the ball, right? So so this is like a long hole, but it's a fairway, right? So if James' target, based on being in my sim here, is right here, okay? It's kind of where he's going to go. But the secret is that he needs to find an intermediate target, something a foot or two in front of the ball. Yeah. It can be a leaf, it could be a discolored grass, it could be a little stone, it could be anything, just something to focus, an old divot, doesn't matter. But you want to make sure that when you get into your setup that you're lined up with your face square and your body square, or whatever your alignment setup is, to that. And if you can get the ball to travel towards that square, you're going to hit a better shot, okay? The other thing is that a lot of people take too many practice swings here. I don't think you should take your practice swings here. I think your practice swing should happen in your pre-shot away from the ball. Okay. So I would normally coach people. I call this pro walk. I coach in all our classes. Even our kids do it. It's just hilarious because they do such a great job. But they walk and they line it up. They visually point their club at the target, and they're trying to visualize the shape of the shot that they want to hit, right? And while they're over that shot in their head, they turn sideways way back there, and then they make their practice swings. They're back here somewhere. They're back there, yeah, and they've always lined it up. So they're feeling it right now. So by the time they walk up and get set, they don't do any more swings. They'll just walk up to it, line up to their intermediate, take their stance, and let it go. Geez, you hit it so hard, thunder came out. I don't know if, could you guys hear that when you watch the video? That's thunder, lightning in the background outside the building. It must be really close because we had one happen earlier and it made the building move. It's a little bit nerve-wracking. Okay, so Jimmy hit that ball right where he was kind of aiming, a little right, but good, right? Didn't hit the ball great there, but that's something that players have to learn to do. Now, to make this even a little cleaner, when you really study like good players and they do their pre-shots, it's really amazing if you were to time them, how they stay in the same time over and over. So if you're watching somebody do it and they're taking, I don't know, 8 seconds from when they take a step, it's always 8 seconds. It's fascinating because that's their routine. And many of them have a hard time. If they get rattled, they can't just step away and hit. They have to go back.
Start all over again.
Yeah, because that becomes their swing. So here's the lesson tip. You need to get to the point where your swing starts from when you take your first step into your hitting area. So if James is starting there, when he takes his first step into the hitting area, he should be able to get to his hitting area, move his feet around, and get comfortable and let the ball go in under 8 seconds. I mean, it could be a little longer depending on your pace. And, some people are real adamant about the practice swing over here, and I get that. But just from a trust and being able to produce under pressure, when you're a little quicker in going from your pre-shot to your strike, there's a lot less that can go on between your ears.
Yeah.
And your brain doesn't have a chance to second guess or reload.
And the muscle memory takes over instead of your head.
And you're only focusing on maybe one idea. Now, people always ask me, they said, so what should I be thinking about? And I have a great quote, honestly, not a quote, it's what I say for years and years, and I got it from Byron Nelson. Back to target, hands to pocket. That's what Byron Nelson used to say his thought was, make a nice shoulder turn and make sure that you feel like your hands are closer to your body on your way down. That promotes an inside-out path. It kind of gets the hips out of the way. I added to it because I like this. I like you to be able to hold your finish for 2 seconds.
Yeah.
So I really, if you ask me, if you can make a nice turn and get to your finish and be in balance, I know you made a good golf swing. And so if we can get good balance and we know I made a good golf swing, you're much more likely to hit a solid shot, especially under pressure. Now imagine if you're so well trained that you've done this over and over and over again, and that's just second nature, right? Mm-hmm. I don't know if you ever heard this, but Bernhard Langert, right, one of the greatest players in our game's history, right, competitive into his mid-60s, right? So he doesn't look at the target once he lines up. Did you know that? No. When he sets his club down and he's looking at his intermediate target, he never looks at the target. It's he does all that orientation here, but over the ball, he's only staring at intermediate. He flies it at the intermediate. So the theory is sometimes, get over this, I'll show you a trick. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's actually a bad trick, but get over it. Now take a look at your target. Let's say the target was that flag in the distance, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. He is all discombobulated right now when he looked at the target. You know why? Because his eyes cannot focus on that correctly when you're on your side.
Oh, that's my biggest issue too.
And that makes people aim right. They lose this orientation.
My miss is right. A lot of it's because when I look up, I come back and look at this and I think, man, I'm aimed way over here now.
It is. I'm not. It's an illusion.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the way I explained this for years was I said, it'd be great if we had one eye like a cyclops, right? So we didn't have to deal with peripheral vision.
Yeah.
So when you're in your stance and you go to look at the pin like that, now you're activating your peripheral vision. And it also depends on which eye is dominant too. But when you look this way, you see it really differently. You can't get a straight line. Can't. So what you want to do is you want to get your straight line back here and be more focused on that. Now, if you want to look at it out of habit, that's fine, but you better not lose that.
Yeah. Because
that's the critical element. And if you're a square stance to line player, which most of you should be, where your feet are relatively parallel to the target line of the ball, then that should be parallel to your feet too. So it's really important to get aligned to hitting a shot, especially under pressure. And I think if you take some of these ideas, so let's go over real quick. So pick an intermediate target, which is something in front of the ball. Do all of your like pre-shot stuff away from it, and get your pre-shot swings done away from the hitting area. Get your body settled. You also want to learn how to breathe to hit pressure shots. You really want to bring your heart rate down. So you want to learn how to like breathe in and breathe out really slowly. We had some training with some real competitive teams I had, and I think it was like 8 seconds to hold. Like it was like you had to go in for about 8 seconds and out for 8 seconds to really get your heart rate down. You shouldn't go into a shot if you feel like nervous
Rushed.
yeah. So you want to get your breathing there, pick your target, and then when you take your step, it's the same, right? 1, 2, set, widen. Whatever you do, you're gonna get comfortable. You're gonna do your waggle. You're gonna do whatever your body wants to do over the ball. That's all unique, but that should happen quickly. And when you're over the ball, if you ask me, something to work on. Just make a turn. Because if you make a good turn, the club usually gets into a better position. And if it gets into that position and you can find balance, you're much more likely to hit a shot under pressure. So this weekend, when we watch the Ryder Cup, want you guys to watch and pay close attention to how the players do their pre-shot routine. And I guarantee you're going to pick up a couple of guys that when that pressure's on and they're starting to like squeeze a little bit, they're going to go do it twice.
They're going to start over because they've got to get themselves.
Yeah.
They feel the nervousness they had.
And they'll redo it because they have to get into that rhythm to hit that shot. If they're not, they're more likely to hit a bad shot because any kind of tension or any kind of like little shock to the system, whether it's nerves or whatever you want to call it, can throw the ball way offline really quickly. So.
And we don't have to deal with Sergio gripping, re-gripping.
Oh man, that was a tough one. That was a lot.
You could, I mean, that, like you said, that's the nervousness that he was having and indecisiveness over the shot.
And again, great player. And looking back at it, but maybe that's one of the reasons that he never won as much as he should have.
Yeah.
Maybe there was always like too much indecision over the ball. And who's the guy that's really slow? We always pick on him, but Kevin Na.
Oh, Kevin Na.
He was considered one of the slowest players, right? But again, in my brain, is Kevin Na just thinking too much over ball? Or is that just how he plays? But I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying, in general, the quicker you are over this, the less likely you are to get things in your head that throw you off. That's what I was trying to share. So anyway, that's our lesson for this week. Please try that out. Work on your pre-shot. Watch the Ryder Cup. And leave a like or a comment. It really helps the channel out a lot, okay? See you soon.
Bye, everybody.